Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Yes, greetings to all of the ancestors, greetings to the creative force, greetings to all of you, greetings to all of you, greetings to all of you. That's right, family. How you doing? It is your brother King Simon in the mother flipping building. That's right. Give me a round of applause. That's right. That's right. All right. Okay. And that musical interlude, that jazz interlude, was by Dr. Sax Love. You can see his website right here. He got some great jazz music on his website, drsaxlove.com, and you can check him out on Dr. Sax Love on YouTube, playing "You Are My Lady" in this jazz format with the sax and all of that. You know, we like some good smooth music. You know, so hey, family, make sure you share, like, share, like, because we're gonna have a fabulous show for you tonight. Woo! Of course, as you see on the screen, please like, thumb up, and share the video. We want to build those algorithms right now before we bring her on at 8 o'clock. And show love via Cash App, family. You see that Cash App scrolling? That's $King Simon 3158 or www.paypal.me/King Simon. How y'all doing? Where y'all hailing from? Which part of the world are y'all at? Woo! Yeah, which part of the world are y'all at? I'll shout that out. Of course, you see the Women's History Month starts today on March the 3rd. So big up to them. That's it for March, as far as I'm concerned. Every other program might have started March 1st, but on my day today, March, of course, you know I do shows every Sunday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Sundays, only because Wednesdays is one of my high power days. And actually, Wednesday is my high power day because I was born on Wednesday in 1967. So, and matter of fact, that's the same year that Sister Shahrazad Ali started in the Nation of Islam. So we're going to talk about that when she comes in. And of course, Sunday is, of course, because I'm born on the 1st, that's one of my power days. So when you do a session with me, you get your power days, your challenge numbers, your power numbers, your challenge months, your power months, all that stuff you get with me when you do a session with me. And just want to remind you, if you want to do a session, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp. If you live outside of the United States of America, use WhatsApp. That means if you live in the Caribbean, if you live in Africa, if you live in England, if you live in Canada, use WhatsApp. That's right. That's how you gonna get to me. Don't call me because I really don't answer. I rarely answer my phones because I keep it moving. I got things that I got to do. So I'm better with text, people. Please text me. Use technology. Also, this is my daughter's mugs. Make sure y'all support my beautiful little girl, 16-year-old. She's starting a business. She's the artist for that eye that you see on there. So give her a round of applause. Her name is Yasira. And of course, we're going to be turning them into t-shirts and all that good stuff. Yeah. Boom. All right. There it is. My daughter's new tea mugs and merch with her Yasira Pink Arts. That's right. Yasira Pink Art. And of course, it's at teespring.com/Yasira's Pink Art exclusive. So make sure you tune in to my little girl. Always supporting my children. Once they come out with business. Last week, of course, last time I was on, I had my son's music here. He has his own recording studio. So we big up Prince Imagine and all the crew. Of course, you can get all my books on Amazon right now. You get all my books on Amazon right now. That's Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. And no promotion is bad promotion. All publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right. That's right. Give myself a round of applause. I got 6 more books to write before I leave this planet. I got 6 more books to write. Like I told my son, I said, look, I got 6 more books to write before I leave this planet. He said, don't write too fast now, Pops. That was so cute of him. All right. Also, my partner in Vibes, the one, the only Empress Aisha Moore. This is her products. That's 1 million adornment. That's 1 million adornment. Give her a round of applause. Also, give her a round of applause. Yeah. That's going to be one of the co-hosts. If she comes on, she'll be one of the co-hosts. But if you want to contact her, you're more than welcome to go to her email. That's empressaishaamore@gmail.com. And spread love to her Cash App. That's the way you can pay for her earrings and all those great creations that she create at Empress Amore. That's $ Empress Amore. And her PayPal is aishamcbride@gmail.com. So make sure you support that, of course. Yes, we're going to keep it moving. Of course, now, people, if you want to get your real estate popping, this is the sister to contact. That's Miss Janelle Lewis, licensed real estate salesperson and consultant. Please text her or call her at 347-866-1153. Text her first because, you might call at all types of hours, but she can help you. She can consult you. She can help give you guidance and show you what to do with your credit and all that. She can show you what to do. That's what we do right here. So give her a round of applause, too. And, of course, my teacher, one of my teachers, the one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn, world-renowned astronumerologist. Sign up for his Udemy course. Enroll, go to his website to get that reasonable price at www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. He has 2 classes up there, the beginner's class and the intermediate class. And before you come to me, please go do his class because y'all need the basics. It's all about the basics. I'm telling you right now, fans. So give Lloyd a well-deserved round of applause. Keep the applause coming. Keep the applause coming. That's right. This is my class is coming up, but I will not be teaching my class until I get it to New York. But please sign up on that email. If you want to be a part of that class, please sign up on that email. That's the Numerovation@gmail.com. That's the Numerovation@gmail.com. Make sure you sign up to that. Give me a round of applause again. Also, that's right. Also, let's go to Pedal Wise because Pedal Wise gave us a discount for y'all people because she loves y'all so much. This is a Black-owned and operated business, and they got a nice team of staff that works with you. Make sure you get that 10% off coupon by going to that 10% off coupon. That's King 2020. That's the coupon code King 2021. That's King 2021, and that's www.pedalwise.com. She got all the stuff for the female needs, the feminine needs, whether it's fibroids, breast cancer, whether it's a cleanse, a womb cleanse. This sister you need to support. Show her some love. Her name is Dr. MJ Pedal Wise. It's going to be in the building. Yeah, baby. Oh, I don't want that to happen. What's happening here? My darn thing is, oh, yeah. I don't know what's happening there, but we're going to make sure everything is right. And of course, as you know, we always have a content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers, authors on this YouTube channel do not reflect or necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Let's give parental guidance a round of applause is advised. That's right. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing, family? How y'all doing? I'm going to come in right now before I bring on my peoples, okay? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling tonight? Yes. Let me bring myself around. Yes. How y'all feeling tonight? How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all ready? It is now 7:53 in the on the East Coast, of course. And we're going to be bringing on our beautiful sister momentarily, of course. And we want to make sure everybody's all right. But again, want to remind you of all the big things that's coming up. Of course, this coming Sunday, we're going to have another superstar coming in. And we're going to do what we got to do to make sure we are all right with that superstar. And that superstar is going to be Muga Phoenix, a comedian that I've known for many years. And we're going to rock that. So I know people are here and ready for the Empress. And I see one of my special guest co-hosts coming in. I don't see my a regular co-host coming in yet. So I'm more than likely going to bring up my my extra special guest co-host coming. She's going to be coming in a few seconds. Matter of fact, at around 7:55. And then we're going to talk about her and see how she's doing and what she's doing out there, because she's a beautiful Aries woman. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Give her a round of applause. She's so beautiful. Yeah. Oh. I know, right? People think I'm absolutely nuts. And it's all right. It's all right. Sometimes you gotta be nuts. And I'm all right with that. Y'all can't mess with me. See, y'all, look, I gotta keep my smile going. I gotta keep my energy going, because if I don't keep my energy going, then I will probably be in jail. I'll let y'all know that right now. So, of course, we got big up Sister Shahrazad Ali. Remember, Royal Renowned celebrity author. She's going to be coming up in momentarily. Of course, I see her coming up in the background. But before we bring on Sister Shahrazad Ali, going to bring on one of my guests. Special guest co-host, Lioness Crowd, aka Jada. She's also a media personality from FlyNubianQueen.com and YouTube network. And the links to Lioness Crowd through IG, Twitter, Clubhouse, and YouTube as Lioness Crowd. And remember, give her that Cash App love at JH. Is J Harrell or JH? I don't want to butcher it up. I'm gonna let her say that. You know what I'm saying? But you see her Cash App right there. Without further ado, let me bring on my special guest before we bring on Sister Shahrazad Ali in the building. Let's bring on the one, the only Lioness Crowd in the moment.
I am weak. Thank you. That was like the warmest, most heartfelt introduction, Brother King Simon. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you. And that was reminiscent of my dance hall days when I used to go out to dance halls, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for that.
That's definitely
introduction.
That's definitely me. Anywhere I am, I'll bring you on with a well-deserved round of applause, girl. And now the Cash App. How do you say that Cash App right? Please say it right.
It's J Harrell. Harrell.
Harrell.
Yeah,
okay.
Harrell.
All right. So hey, look, I remember somebody came up to me and said I could make a cockroach sound like they're a celebrity. So I said, that's what they said to me. I said, word, and I actually brought one on stage. Some dude I didn't like. No, I'm joking. But I'm so happy that you're here. First, before we bring on the great Sister Shahrazad, because I see on the background, my official co-host didn't come on yet, but big up to, of course, Empress Aisha. She didn't come up. I guess she got to deal with the children and all that, but it is what it is. I told her when she comes on, she can make it happen. So tell us about you, Lioness Crown. Tell them what you do real quick before we bring on the Empress herself. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much again. And shout out to everyone who's here. I'm Lioness Crown, native Washingtonian. What do? I do many things, but I really try to focus on who I am, right? So, but I wear very many hats. So I do work in education. I do work in consulting in schools. I do a lot of policy work. I do have a regular broadcast, The Lioness Den, on FlyNubianQueenTV.com on weekdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I have something playing in the background that I need to mute. What else? My goodness, so many things. 11 years. So yeah, I don't want to do a whole bio type situation.
I understand. I got you. I got you. Can you hear me? You all right? You're moving in slow motion now, sister. Oh, you got me. You're on mute. You are on mute. You are on mute. You are on mute. All right. Yeah, now I got you. I know you. I know you just got StreamYard, right? You just got StreamYard, right?
Yeah, I got it. But I don't necessarily know this app, but I had something else playing in the background. But either way, okay. I spent my whole life really as a scholar of African American studies. So I grew up in a very, very cultural and politically conscious household and neighborhood growing up in Chocolate City, DC. I was, my family lineage has been passed down for generations on multiple sides of my family tree, and especially by like my grandfathers, right? And my parents, my father. And I knew that I wanted to study, Black studies. I wanted to do that. I studied Black studies and I went into education. But one of the things that I've been really, really interested in always as a child is the structure of the Black family. I never really understood how, like growing up, folks would kind of see us as a Huxtables or like abnormal because we had two parent household. Both my parents were married, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So my earlier career work was, focused on African American studies, Black studies, and then into education. So I do a lot around policy and media, really, really bringing justice to issues of anti-Black racism and white supremacy.
Good. Well, I applaud you for that because you hardcore, of course, you be going in on your channel. You be going in on your channel. I love that, my sister. I love that. Okay, that's good. Well, our sister's ready. I think she's getting ready. I think she's in the background. Yeah, I think I'm ready to introduce her to you because I know what it is when you got the sister. And happy Women's History Month forever. Happy Women's History Month to you, my sister. And without further ado, family, let me put this up in the front first because this sister here, who we're about to bring on. Oh my goodness, let me take this off. Hold on a second now. I'm gonna move myself out the way for this one. I gotta move myself out the way because the sister we about to turn up in here. We're about to turn up in here. And this sister that y'all see on the screen here is not only one of a dear friend of mine for many years. I brought her in New York a few times, and she's part of Nation Ensemble. Matter of fact, she joined the Nation Ensemble the year I was born. Gee, I'm like, yo, she told me that. I said, what? I said, okay. But also, her for writing books like this, of course. This book right here, let me make sure, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Of course, y'all remember that book. Also, she wrote this book, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding, the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. And she wrote this book. Oh, I'm just going through her books. Urban Survival for the Years to Come. What book you have in your hand, sister? You got a book in your hand? What book you had in your hand, sister? You had a book in your hand? She said, let me see. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have guides, it's necessary reading.
Yes, most definitely the two guides. And these two books, Are You Still a Slave? And How Not to Eat the Pork. But I have a special song for our sister first before we bring her on. I got a special song that I want the world to see because this show is about to come on and I want to make sure that our queen get represented. Here it is for you, queen.
She's your queen to me, a queen to be forever, a queen who do whatever his highness desires.
My queen, let's welcome her on stage. Let's welcome her on right here on King Sunset, the one, the only sister, Shahrazad Ali. What's up, queen? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. You make somebody think they James Brown or something.
That's right.
You know how we do.
Yes. Listen, back in the day when they would be collecting money in there, when Farrakhan would be getting money from the people, they'd send somebody up on the stage that acted like they was introducing James Brown. And that was you? Okay. And they was getting the money from the people.
I was one of them. Yes, I was one of them.
That was so bad.
I was one of them, sis. I was one of them dudes.
Okay. All right.
Well, Sister Shahrazad, I'm so honored for you to start off my Women's History Month celebration right now as we bring on the divine feminine energy to help out the divine masculine energy and vice versa. And, you know, you wanted to choose this topic. And first of all, I want to introduce you to Lioness Crown, Sister Jade, from Fly Nubian Queen. Sister Jade, say greetings to our Sister Shahrazad, please.
Yes. Is it okay if I call you Mama Shahrazad?
They do that all the time. I guess I done got old now. I'm everybody mama.
Yes, ma'am, because I'm clear that you are not, you know, you're my elder, you're not my peer. So thank you for allowing me to call you Mama Shahrazad Ali. It's an honor and a privilege to meet you. I've been a fan of your work. And, you know, seeing you put people in their place on Fox News, definitely the work that you did in our community when I was younger and looking, you know, up to really strong examples of women in our community that hold a hard line and defend the culture and to defend the Black family. I really appreciate you and your legacy. Honored to be here. And I have some really great questions for you because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the millennial generation and the younger generations and what needs to be corrected. So thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Go ahead, sister.
I appreciate everything that you said. That's very nice. And you're right. I run into so many people who say, I used to see you on TV when I was little. You know, so I don't know if that's a compliment, but I'll accept it. All right.
It's a compliment.
It's a compliment. It's a compliment. That's your daughter? She in the back? She here?
That's my granddaughter. That's my granddaughter.
Till I say greetings. Till I say, what's up? Assalamu alaikum.
Come on here, look in here 1 second. Come on, just look at her.
Come on over here. Come on over here.
She's so beautiful. Look down here.
Come here.
That's Shakira.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Right? Don't be hiding. Don't be hiding.
Listen, King Simon, y'all, I'm getting ready to be a great grandmother. She's pregnant.
What? Oh my goodness.
Praise be to Allah. That's right.
Praise be to Allah. Give her a round of applause. We're going to give her a round of applause too. Hey. We got to give her a round. Got to give her. Oh,
you know, we talk about in regard to us as Black women, you know, we tend to criticize the young sisters who are pregnant, whether they're married or not. But we need every child that we can get because we're being outbirthed by every other nationality in America, including the devil. So we have to have babies. We need to come on up. Black women are 2.5 times more likely to die in childbirth and 3.5 more times if they're over 30 to die in childbirth. Something that we used to brag that we laid down in the cotton field and had a baby and got up and keep picking cotton. Well, that's not true today because we have bad medication, bad diets, and so much stress on us. So we need to have these babies and we need to raise them up because, as I said, everybody's outbirthing us in America.
You're absolutely right, Mother. And you know, and what's so interesting, you had last 2 years ago, Europe had the nerve to send Boys to Men music over there because they said their birth rate was down. Last 2 years ago, this is what the Europeans, I was dying laughing. They had to send Black people's music over there, but they was really telling you they sending Black men over there to impregnate some of these women. That's
right, exactly. That's what they were doing. Right.
That's what they were saying.
I mean, I don't really share a lot of my personal, but since I had on with Mama Shahrazad Ali, and this is Women's History Month, I want to say congratulations to your granddaughter and to the new great grand to come. But I will say this, listen, I got caught up in the whole agenda, right? Work hard, perfectionist, go to school, graduate school, put career first, you know, and now here I am in my 30s and I have not by choice, you know, I'll wait, you know, before having children. I'm just like, yeah, what am I waiting for? Right. That's what the enemy wants us to do. They want us to delay childbirth. So I want to really kind of encourage more of our young people, especially to be, of course, more family oriented, and to say like, hey, it is cool. And we should be thinking about the continuity of our kind, and there's no shame in that. And the white man's education, his jobs, and all of that stuff is like should not even be a factor. We should be family first, and family centered first. And so,
our total job, which has gotten completely perverted from living here in the wilderness and hills of North America, our total job is to birth, nurse, and raise children. Okay, we're in charge of nutrition. We prepare the food. We decide how long our man and our children are going to live and what kind of ailments they're going to have in life by what we feed them starting from birth. And one of the bad things that we do with our children is that we give them the cow's milk. Cow's milk is for the cow. Now, a cow give her baby breast milk out of her teats for only 6 weeks. After that, she take that cow off of that, and he got to go eat some grass or some other plants or something to survive. We put our children on the cow's milk for 18 years. We give it to them almost every day, and it's ridiculous. So everything has been turned around and messed up. And as I said, we don't have to worry about whether our children can survive. If everybody would step up and do what they're supposed to do instead of talk about what somebody else is doing, then we would have the numbers we need to increase our Black nation. We're dying from diseases. We're killing each other. We're dying from drugs. So where's the new children supposed to come from if we don't birth them?
Yeah, and Sister Shahrazad, you chose the topic, state of the Black woman today, and I think that's a very important topic because I think things are either degenerative right now, it's becoming more degenerative on both. But you remember what the messenger said? You remember what the messenger said about women back in the day? Because he said he had 75% of his work was towards the women, if you remember. And
I also remember one time he said he ought to turn the nation over to the sisters because we was working harder than the brothers.
Yep. Yes. Hey, that makes total sense. Now, from your point of view and your perspective, because it's like every 10 years, even when you come 10 years before that, there's always the state of the Black woman. Now, what state are they in now from your perspective, sister?
Well, we are still earning 30 some odd cents less than every white person that's working per dollar. We earn, 68 cents for every full dollar that they earn. And we have 35% more Black women have high blood pressure. We have that. And we get heart disease, anxiety, depression. And we all have PTSD. Let me straighten that. We all have post-traumatic stress syndrome. We all have it. And their studies say that when you have trauma in your life, it lasts 17 generations. And so we are still dealing with the trauma that we suffer. We're 18 generations up from slavery. We have that in us now, and it's almost genetic because we have continued to be tricked and eat the wrong food.
Sister, and that's the major problem there. Food and the wrong thinking is going on. The music that we're putting out there, even some of the older women are trying to be like the younger women. It's getting crazy. And I know I heard Lioness Crown talk about the situation already. So Lioness Crown, please go ahead and ask your questions. Go ahead, start off asking your questions, sister, and drop it for, please.
I just get really stressed out and irritated. So, and I make a lot of faces, by the way, but I get really stressed out and irritated when I think about when you said, we have a lot of our elders right now who are acting like younger women. It really scares me, right? Because we need our elders, we need our grandparents to really provide some boundaries and some structure and provide direction and guidance for us. We don't need them twerking. We don't need them talking about WAP. We don't need them talking about like all of this pseudo women's empowerment stuff, which is really, really justifying the really, really ratchet behavior, of younger people. And so I don't know, and maybe Mama Shahrazad Ali, maybe you can help me understand this. At what point in the last 30 years did some of the elder generation kind of drop the ball and just started acting buck wild? Like, why is it that we have grandmother?
We have to look at that a couple of different ways. Okay. It was always prophesied that we could live to be 100, 150 years old. But because, as I said, we've been eating the wrong food, thinking the wrong thoughts, and participating in the wrong behaviors, it makes us old before our time. And so a lot of the sisters who get to be 40 think that they can't have another baby or have their first baby. because of eating wrong, as I said, and the chemicals in the air, the food, the water, and everything. But we really not as old as we think we are in our mind. But we look old physically because of the things I just described. And so a lot of those women are not as old in their mind, but their body shows that they're old because of, as I said, just doing the wrong thing and eating the wrong thing. Uh, and loneliness will force a lot of women to go out into the streets or to try to compete with the younger women. And it doesn't have to be any competition. There is somebody for everybody if we would accept each other's human frailties and stop being so critical of each other as if we are perfect. You know, everybody got a problem. As I said, we all got PTSD. It's a topic that couples should discuss with each other before they even try to get deep into a relationship. We need to talk about, not they, we need to talk about what slavery has done to us and how it's going to rear its ugly head and make us act certain ways toward each other that the enemy has told us to do. See, they have programmed us about how to have a relationship. And most of our relationships are built on the standards they have given us. And so we as Black women, we're more likely to get hit by a charge in Buffalo up on Madison Avenue in Chicago than to get married. That's what they tell us. And we have a man, because of the rules that the enemy has put out there regarding our men and their responsibilities. First, they disenfranchise them and keep them from getting anything. And then we demand everything from them. And then they teach us to kick them to the curb because they can't give us the things that we need, where the enemy has stopped them from producing the things that he needs. Our men are almost in worse shape than we are. But because we know from the greatest teacher that we've had, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that a man can rise no higher than his woman.
Yeah.
And so if we don't get up as sisters and try to do better and set a better example, then we're not going to have a good man for our daughters and granddaughters and great-granddaughters. We're not going to have one. See, we the first teacher. That's true. Yeah. And so if our men are messed up, we had something to do with that because we are the greatest influence they've had in their life. We the first person they looked at and that they gave a name to. They said, mama. Okay? That's us. And as a result of that, you know, we have misled and mistreated and miseducated so many of our own children. We didn't wait on the white man to miseducate our children. By the time they're 3 years old, they can recognize Batman, Superman, Santa Claus, reindeers, the Easter Bunny. We miseducate our children ourselves. We teach them all that nonsense and then send them. We the only people, as I said, that turn our children over to the enemy to educate them. So I talked with a lot of people and they were saying they were not going to take the vaccination and everything. I said, well, why not? You give them your children. You trust them with them. You give them your food. They give you, you know, your water. So, you know, they giving us that. Why not? We didn't, everything else we accepted from them. Now we're going to pick the vaccine. All right. So, you know, we have a lot of issues and some of it is caused by, not 90% of it is caused by the enemy. The other 10% is our own laziness and depression and anxiety and not being able to pull ourselves together. I ain't talking about no bootstraps. See, the difference in the Islam that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad tried to bring to us and the other Islams around the world from the other people in other countries is that their religion relies on external forces. Okay? The teachings that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us, you had to clean yourself up. He said, the temple I'm asking you to clean up and make ready is your own. Okay? We need to get ourselves together while we going around. And the other thing he said, King Simon, is that the trouble with the Muslims is that they sit around and talk too much. Okay? You got to get up and do some work. You got to get something done. All that yada yada about, you know, a lot of nonsense. I won't mention some other King Simon, okay? But a lot of that stuff, the foolishness that we have going is just a time waster. Everybody is not going to go into business. So I'm not saying we got to all, you know, everybody say we got to all go out and go and get our own businesses. And the first thing they say, well, we got to come together. We don't have to come together, all of us. We can't hardly come together with the people we live with every day. So we ain't going to come together like that. Right. That's not what it's going to be. You're going to have to come together yourself and with your people that think like you and that do like you. We have so much false pride. I'm not going for that. No, he ain't gonna do that to me. This is the way it's been. And all of those things have kept us separated. You know, we can get mad at each other, and we'll get mad at each other and stay mad 10, 20, 30 years. And then we'll obey, cooperate with, and do what the enemy say every day.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Those that are just tuning in, please share, like the video. Remember, if you want to contact our beautiful sister, all her books are on sale on Amazon. Stop playing. Make sure you get them. All
eBay.
of them. eBay. Not Amazon no more. Amazon and eBay.
Yeah. Well, you know, Amazon robbed you so bad. So I went to the other white people. I'm on eBay.
I know. I'll put eBay there, but I'll change that to eBay also. And remember, Sadame, that's SAUDAMAE. That's her Cash App. $ Sadame is her Cash App. And the PayPal, you could go to Sister Shahrazad Ali at Yahoo and show her some love. That's how we do. I already sent my love gift. You got to keep on sending your love gift. That's what we do up here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Hey, the message say we need money. You know.
Right. Happy belated Savior's Day, by the way, sister. How did you enjoy your Savior's Day this year?
Oh, it was just wonderful. As I say, my granddaughter is here, and that's the greatest blessing that I could ever have. And our baby gonna be named Shabazz. Oh
man, woo! That's Shabazz.
Yeah, it's a boy. You know, and I love that name. You know, Shabazz ain't no Arabic name.
No,
that's the one that the messenger told us about. You know, I think about how Malcolm claimed he was so in with them people over in the East, but he was Malcolm Shabazz. You okay? He didn't get that from himself. In fact, the messenger said we don't get nothing from ourselves. Everything we got it somewhere from somebody, from a hint or a suggestion. And then we think we improve on that lesson and we add or subtract from it. But we don't get none of this from ourselves. We ain't discovered nothing since the beginning of time.
Now, I've never asked you this. What does the name Shahrazad means?
Well, it means something that y'all not gonna accept.
What's that? What's that?
Shahrazad means tranquility.
Oh, but hey, there it is. All right, let's bring this tranquility.
I accept tranquility. Beautiful.
You ain't never brought no tranquility to the streets of the.
Well, I think I've been pretty tranquil. Don't you think I've been tranquil?
Yes. Don't listen to Brother King Simon. He
She's been tearing up the stage. That's what I'm talking about. When I say she go on that stage, that's it. She probably tranquil in her home, but she in the stage, boy. She tells up Donahue. She tore up Fox. She tore up everybody. So. Go ahead, but I love it. You did bring some balance to us too back in the day too. So let me tell y'all something.
I bring some balance to us now because we are still dealing with what the messenger calls the imagination of truth. We think of something and imagine that it's true, and it's just not real. But we still think that this is what we believe in. And the other thing we do that's very wrong is that we. Can y'all hear them talking?
Oh, in the background?
Yeah.
No, we don't hear them. Let's tell them.
Okay, good. The other thing that we do is that we think that the truth is based on how we feel about it. Mm-hmm. And if we don't agree with something or don't like it, we say, well, I don't believe that. And that has the truth has nothing to do with whether you believe it or not. It stands on its own. It can be proven in any amount of time. And those are the rules that we need to be trying to follow, and I always say who my teacher is, because that's important, because all of the people in this society that everybody admires almost came under the same teacher, which was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? That's Malcolm, that's Muhammad Ali, that's Khalid Muhammad, that's Shahrazad Ali, that's Louis Farrakhan. All of us who everybody admire and who know more than y'all and can talk better than y'all had the same teacher. Now you would think that would mean something to people. The enemy don't want to have 40 million black people going around talking like me and knowing what I know. I'm just a woman. That's right. Just imagine what that would be like. Well, the enemy imagined what it would be like and he had to destroy it. Okay? These people do not have a good reputation for telling us the truth about anything. They lied about everything from our history every day. And I'm not talking about back in the day. I'm talking about right now. In every school book, textbook, up to the university level, they are lying about us, about our accomplishments, about what we did before they captured us and brought us here, and everything that we built, and how their entire civilization is built on what we created. Okay? The messenger say created is something made and grown from the beginning. They don't have nothing created. They made a few things. Okay? And so that lie is still being told. They lie when they kill our brothers in the streets and they say, I fear it for my life. That's a lie. All of it is a lie. They just hate our man because he's better than them. He's stronger than them. He's more beautiful and wiser. That's why they hate the black man. Even in the gutter, he's better than the enemy.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Sister Lioness Crown, please. I know you got your questions, please.
That's a whole fact. But speaking of our brothers, what should we black women be looking for in black men, in husbands and in relationships? What are the qualities that you would say?
Well, you know what qualities you're looking for. A lot of them are fantasy, but we have to deal with them a lot of times as they are, not something we've seen on TV or made up in our imagination and mind that we think he ought to be. You know, as I said, if you want somebody, the messenger says, if you want somebody to do something, first do it yourself. Okay? So if you want somebody to be great, then you start being great. We sit around waiting on somebody to come and give us the supreme wisdom. It's already been given to us. And if we practice it ourselves, things will be better. The first thing that you can look for in somebody is in a man is somebody who will accept your nonsense and be able to get along with us. Okay, that's the number one thing. Okay. If we can find somebody that'll go along with what we practice, then that's a good man, and he interested in us, you know. And I used to ask my husband, my first husband, Brother Solomon Ali, I would ask him, you know, why did you, pick me, whatever? I say, because I was so dead, you know, not as dead as a lot of people, but I was still mentally dead about a lot of things, you know. And he said, I do that because I saw you were good material. So you have to make yourself good material. Okay? And once we become good material, then maybe we'll get blessed, or maybe we won't. There's a lot of work to do, you know, and we have still not learned how to practice non-possessive loving. Okay? You ain't gonna get nothing more than the rest of us got. You ain't gonna get no one man by yourself forever, because there ain't no one man on the earth that only loved one woman his whole life. It don't exist. Why waste time looking for that? It's not there. It's not the deal breaker. A man can do a lot of worse things than have another woman. Okay? It's a lot of worse things. If you have a good father to your child, if you have somebody that's helping you, not totally providing for you, ain't no man looking for 2 or 3 or 4 children, including the woman. You got to do your part. And that part may not be working. That part may be just smiling instead of mad every day. That part might be teaching the children how to be righteous. That part might be cooking the proper food every day. I tell the sisters all the time, if you start cooking dinner every day and invite a brother over, he'll be back. Okay? Yeah, he'll be back. He's coming by to eat. Because I go to the grocery store sometime around rush hour, and I see lines and lines of beautiful brothers in line at the confection counter waiting to buy some greasy dinner that they've cooked somewhere. Okay? These are working men. Y'all say y'all want one with a job. These brothers got jobs, and they out there, but they don't have nothing to eat. They don't have nowhere to go to eat. See, as black women, we can go to each other's house and say, hey, girl, what you eating? What you cooking? And we can eat. Our men don't have that option. They don't have nowhere to go to get nothing to eat. He hated by everybody. His mama hate him. His woman hate him. His wife hate him. His children hate him. They've been taught to hate him. He hated by everybody. We don't even know what that's like, because we are so protected in a sense in the society. Now, because we have allowed the women's liberation to make us think we're equal to a man, the enemy treat us like a man now. He'd jump on us and beat us down like he do our men. And then a lot of us will go around as sisters saying, well, I think the black man should protect the black woman. we have to put ourselves in a position where he want to risk his life to protect us. Okay? We got too much mouth. We don't know everything. We don't know hardly nothing. And if the white man took away the food stamps and Section 8 and Medicaid, we'd be in the same condition they in. But he wants to make us think we're better than him by giving us certain resources. He may not have that. And the men we have today, as I said, they don't even want to get married because they put so much pressure on them. If they get married and it don't work out and they want to get divorced, the enemy take everything from them between child support. And if they don't pay the child support, they put them in jail. We have children and give them to the father, and we don't pay a dime. It's very rare you find a sister that's paying child support to her husband or her baby daddy who raising the children. That's rare. You know, that don't happen. So we're looking at situations where we as women, we have more education than ever before. We have more doctorate, PhDs than ever before. You know, we certainly have more wigs and headpieces than ever before. We got more eyelashes than ever before. Okay, we got all of this that we never had, that we think makes us look so beautiful. You know, we spend too much time trying to look good. We need to spend some time trying to be good. Okay, men, I don't care what they say, they still want a decent woman.
That's right.
They don't want a woman with her naked behind up twerking on twerk out night in Atlanta and everything, and go on the internet, on the Instagram and Facebook with their naked behind shaking, and this goes all over the world and make every civilized country think that that's the black woman in America. So we haven't set enough examples to compete with that filth. Okay? We need some of these old whores to talk to these young whores and tell them how it ends, because they think they're on to something and they're not on to anything. See?
Those that are just tuning in, please share, like up the video, share the video, please share and like the video. And of course, you got to support our sisters. Our sisters of what she's doing as far as her books, and make sure you send that cash out love to them. Both of these beautiful sisters are here because they're representing two different generations now. Look at this; it's a generation thing here now, and this is a beautiful thing. And she have a granddaughter there, about to have a grandchild. You know, you and I touched on something when we had Malik Zulu Shabazz, my sister. We talked about the fathers and what us brothers are missing, because let me tell you, I grew up and I told you, I said, I at that point I almost went and took out my father's life. I almost I had a German Luger 15 shooter to go take him because I only heard one side of the story. I never heard from my other side. I never heard both sides.
That's right.
About how that is affecting man and women relationship today. Sister.
Yeah, well, most of what many of us learned about our fathers was told to us by our mothers. And she was mad at him because of the failure of their relationship and whatever they had going. So she automatically gave us the negative side. And she based his entire feelings for us based on money. Life is hard. I'm not saying we don't need money.
Right.
But we also need to have fathers in our lives, because we have what is called father hunger. We want our daddy. We want to be held by him. We want to touch his face. We want to be around him. And that's hard sometimes, to do. And so a lot of brothers, listen to some of LeBron and them, and a lot of those basketball and football players out there, they never thank their father for anything. All of them almost always thank their mother. Okay? They didn't get their ability from their mother. They got it from their fathers, the masculine side. Okay? But a lot of them, they are suffering. So because it tears a child up, when we separate them, it doesn't hurt the father as much as it hurts the child. And that's how we think we get back to them. We get them back by withholding the child from them. Now, of course, there are those special situations where the man is insane, he's crazy, he's a drug dealer, he's a brutal, a violent, then you can't let the child be right now. But you need to replace that masculine energy with your child. Because if not, we can raise a boy up. That's true. But we can't raise him up to be no man.
Mm. Mm. Right. Sister Lioness Crown, you have a question, please?
Yes, I feel like there are less heterosexual Black men who are out there in the dating pool and definitely coming of age than it was in your generation, Mama Shahrazad Ali. And I just want your idea or thoughts on why that could be or why that is.
King Simon, my picture has froze. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, okay. Let me turn you off and bring you back on. I think I just see. Yeah, I just noticed. Hold on. Let me bring you back on, turn you off, and let's see if we can get you back. Let me see. Now try now.
To bring me back on. It has froze.
Yeah, I think yeah. You froze. Yeah, you might have to turn off and come back in. If you could come back in, turn off. Have her turn you off and come back in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So, well, I know you was asking that question. Hold that question, Sister Lioness Crown. Hold that question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold that question. That's a good question because I mean, at least the perception out there is heavy, but I seen a lot of that, especially in Atlanta. Of course, there's a lot of that. I mean, men approaching other men. It's never happened to me, but I know there's men approaching other men and really like Lenox Mall and them crazy places over there. So Atlanta, hey, it is what it is out there. I heard about y'all, so that's why when I go to Atlanta, I'm on the outskirts of Atlanta.
Well, and comes back in just to set context to that question. That was a follow-up question in terms of fatherhood and the example that fatherhood provides to Black children, especially young Black males. And so the research, scholars and things, psychological, there's a lot of reasons for that phenomenon. Why we're even seeing women in higher numbers turn to women.
I see. I'm back. Right. Okay. Now ask that question again. Go ahead. Ask that question again, Lions. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mama Shahrazad, I was saying that in 2021, there seems to be less heterosexual Black males in the dating pool because many of them are no longer, they're not heterosexual identifying. And I want to know what you attribute that to. I know that the last thing that you were talking about was the example of Black manhood and fatherhood. Do you see any correlations between the breakdown of the Black father or the absence of the Black father and the rise in homosexuality amongst Black men?
I don't think it's connected like that. See, this is how we think. Now, this is not against you, sister, but I just want you to hear something. All right? The way we think, and the reason I got in such trouble for writing the Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman is that everything that's wrong, we blame him for it. It ain't his fault. It's the enemy. It's the white male population in America who is in charge of our lives. Okay? And the white woman. She's his mother. The white woman is no better than the white man. That's his mama. All right? But what happens is that the perversion in this society that we allow our children to view, to look at every day on TV, the clothes we allow our little girls especially to wear when they're little. There was a time when the way you could tell the decent woman from the no good woman or the whorish woman is the way they dressed. So the enemy made all the clothes the same so that all the women dress alike now. You can't tell who is the whore and who is the good woman. But we have a choice in that. We can still manage to change our clothes. We can manage to make our clothes, and we can manage to dress our little girls modest. You can't wait till your daughter gets 13 to start telling her to pull her dress down. You can't do that. You got to start that at 1 and bring them up in that. You can't wait till a boy is 13 to teach him he got to do his chores or be respectful to women and his elders. You got to start that at 1. They understand the language before they can speak it. So we can teach those things if we can get our women too. So what has happened is that the perversion that they have made available to our children and that we have allowed has given them an option to practice the perversion that they see. and that they are around. That ain't the black man teaching that. He's been victimized by it the same way we have. But you understand how we think that every time there's something wrong in our community, we think, well, if the brothers would do this and that, it would be better. Or if he would just act this way or do this or do what he's supposed to do. Well, why don't we try doing what we're supposed to do? Since they can't get up until we get up. It's really like that. And that has nothing to do with education, how much money you make, all right? What kind of Gucci bag you got, what kind of car you drive, what your credit score is, and all that other stuff that has distracted us from building a nation of respectable children.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
They're a bunch of savages. Our children are a bunch of savages because we have been a bunch of savages. That's their role model, other than the enemy who has put it on all of us. We are pointing the finger at the wrong group of people. We need to point it at the enemy and start to work on self. Self is what has to change, not nobody else. You've got to change self. And that's very difficult to do. It takes a lot of courage to wear your own hair. It takes a lot of courage to try to dress decently and not keep up with the other sisters who are dressing in the wrong way. It takes a lot of courage to keep your mouth shut sometime and listen to what the brother got to say. He don't think like us because he ain't no woman. He a man. They have destroyed him. As I said, he been disenfranchised, and then they teach us to make certain demands of him. He ain't got it. And he has been taught not to even want us no more. Okay,
Absolutely.
we done lost that man to the Puerto Rican, the white woman, the Asian woman, and everybody else.
Yes, ma'am.
And we think the only way to get him back is to dress in a certain provocative way. That's not the solution. That is not the key. We keep our man's mind in the gutter with sex because we think that's the only thing we got to attract a man.
Absolutely. One of the things that I often criticize Black women, some Black women with, and I call them feminists, who have been indoctrinated in this white feminist ideology, is that many of them, many Black women through institutions like academia, corporate America, etc., have formed this sort of alliance with white women and with white men to our own detriment.
Yeah, that has happened. But see, that's once again, I keep trying to explain, which I have been doing for 30 years. We ain't got nothing to do with the white woman and her man and their problems. Every problem she come up with the white man, we decide to put it on the Black man. Okay? And we decide that that's his problem too. We have our own issues, which I have been trying to identify for all this time. Okay? Everywhere I go, you have the sisters who say they're looking for a certain kind of man. Everywhere, the brothers say they're looking for a certain kind of woman. Well, that person has to be born and reared up. It ain't no magic in it. Today, you just have to try to find somebody that you can put up with their nonsense. See if you can get along with him where he don't completely drive you crazy and you don't drive him crazy, then you might be able to have a relationship. But it's not going to be perfect. Things are only right to a certain extent because the people who created it had imperfect capabilities. So it's not going to be exactly like you want it. And if you're waiting on that, you ain't never going to have no man or no woman.
Absolutely. I got married when I was 28 and now 37. Just wanted to, put that out there. And it is definitely, constant work. My next question is about, the union between Black man and Black woman and spirituality and God. Can a relationship or a marriage last or anything last if God, Allah, is not at the center of it in spiritual growth and development?
Well, we have decided we have a whole lot of different gods, and so that ain't going to get it either because everybody done made up some kind of new idea about who God is and who God ain't and what God is supposed to do, And we say we need a person that love the Lord. No, we don't need nobody that just love God. We need a God who loves us. Okay? It's the other way around so that we can get the information. God is a servant. which is why every time something happens, good or bad, we say, oh, Lord. Oh, help me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. Oh, Allah. Whatever it is, okay? That's what he was created for, to serve us if we act right. We have so many different definitions now about what being righteous is and what being right. I watched them brothers in New York for years come and debate each other weekend after weekend, night after night, about who is God, who is Elijah Muhammad, who is Master Farad Muhammad, who is Jesus, who is the Lord, just constantly, just nonsense. Whatever the God you believe in, there are universal principles that govern everything. And if we start to practice some of those, stop lying, stop eating the wrong food, stop loving the enemy, stop, giving your money away, stop fighting, stop killing each other. You don't need no special religion to practice those things, and they would all improve our community. So now the black man is God, not the supreme being, but he is of God. And every time you look at a black man, you're looking at God. In fact, if you got a black man, that might be the closest to God you ever got. And look how we treat God. He may not know who he is, but there are many people who do. We fighting so hard to be an individual. We fighting to be our own person. We fighting that he ain't gonna tell me what to do. Somebody ought to tell us what to do. It's obvious that we don't know what to do. Having a job don't mean you know what to do. And if you're raising your children and you're raising them wrong, all you're doing is creating some more fodder for the enemy to kill.
Absolutely.
I have grandsons. I'm worried every day that they're out here in the streets. And it ain't no being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You don't have to be doing anything anymore. So we need to first teach our little children as black women who the enemy is. They teach us who they teach their children who we are. It ain't pretty. But we need to teach our children that to protect them and to help them protect themselves. And stop teaching them to be looking for justice from somebody that hate them and that hated their father and their grandfather and their great-grandfather. It hasn't changed. When I talk about how they have lied on us in the history books and everything, I'm not talking about back in the 30s and 40s. I'm talking 2021. Right now. You don't have to join nothing to change your life and get on the right path. You don't have to give nobody your entire life and time. That's something each individual has to do. I don't even know why no black woman, a sister, wouldn't want a man who believe he God. What greater thrill could that be? Y'all silly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is I have this question. I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. In 1989, and you wrote your books on the black woman understanding the black man and vice versa. From 1989 until today, 2001, what are things that you say have improved? Has anything improved in terms of relations between black men and black women?
Well, I think back then things were rough, but I think we had more shame then. Now people are shameless. It's anything now. Anything go. Any people do anything and it's accepted. Okay? I think the change has been in we do more self-worship now. When I say self-worship, I mean particular brand name clothes and sneakers and hair and eyelashes and, all of those kind of things. Okay? And this is not aimed at any one individual. But every time we put on a fake eyelash or we put on a weave or a hairpiece or whatever, we're teaching our daughters that they're not good enough. And that the only way that they can be accepted or be beautiful is to wear a false attachment made by some other people, some Asians or some Caucasians. Okay? That's the wrong lesson. That's why you see little girls, 6, 7, 8 years old, with braids in their hair that are weaved in there, blonde streaks in their hair that are put in there. Okay? And we have it bad because at one time we wore braids to the shoulder. Now we want the braids to come down to our buttocks, to our knees, and all this nonsense. It's foolishness. And all of those hours spent getting our hair braided could be spent at home taking care of something to make a more decent place for our children and our men. We waste time. And that's one of the problems we have as Black women. We ain't got nothing to do. So all we do is concentrate on our fingernails, toenails, silly stuff that costs money, that takes it out of our community and give it to some people that hate us. That's how crazy we are. And we don't, like I said, we all have PTSD. All of us have it. And we don't accept it in each other, and we don't accept it in ourselves. We think this is just because we're an individual and we're doing what we want to do. We think we thought of it. We didn't think of it. Somebody planned it and gave it to us. And because of our collective low self-esteem, we go for it. Even the brothers getting braids weaved into their hair. Silly stuff. Okay? Now the latest thing is they want to all wear beards. The message say beards breed bacteria. Look it up. It's filth. Okay? I don't want that on my face. I don't want that on my children's face. And I don't want it on my great-grandson's face. I don't want no beard on them. Just wash your face and be clean shaven and look like a civilized man. Most of our men don't even have a pair of hard bottom shoes like a man. They all wear sneakers. All right.
My pops used to wear Stacey Adams, by the way. May he rest in power. Just saying.
Me too. My father used to wear Stacey Adams. I used to wear Stacey Adams. I still have Stacey Adams, actually.
Listen. My husband, the most casual he got was putting on a pair of khakis and a little open collar shirt. He didn't own a pair of jeans or sneakers. He may have had a pair of Dockers, slip-ons or something like that. But he didn't, and that was the most casual I ever saw him. And I was married to him. Okay? He didn't wear any of that nonsense. And it was so wonderful. And my second husband, he was an engineer, so he worked differently. He did wear, older clothes because he had to work in them and everything. But he had dress clothes and he had hard bottom shoes. Okay? Think about that. We have the only man on the earth that don't wear nothing but sneakers. They'll put on a tuxedo, a suit, and put on a pair of sneakers. This is how silly we are and call it style. And everybody want to say, I'm wrong? Oh, no, I'm not wrong.
Mama Shahrazad, it kind of struck a nerve a little bit in a way that it's like, wow, this is really scary. You said that in your, when you were growing up, it used to be that our people had more shame, and now there's less shame, right? We are more self-serving, especially the Black woman. I'm speaking from that perspective of a Black woman, because we're talking about the state of the Black woman today. How do we rectify that? Like, how do you fix, a systemic problem of brainwashing and the whitewashing of the mind of our people, Black women?
Wait a minute. Now that sounds like that's a real intelligent question, but I'll have to tell you it's not. Now let me tell you why it's not. All of us know what it takes to change. You know what it takes to stop being shameless. You put your clothes on, you teach children, young girls, you go to the schools, you go to wherever your worship place is or whatever, and you start classes. You start something. They'll allow you to do it because they ain't got nothing else to do. Sports don't solve everything. You can't play basketball and learn how to be a man. You can't play volleyball and learn how to be a woman. You got to have some genuine teachings. We got grown women graduating out of college that make a joke about the fact they can't cook. Food is what sustains life. How you gonna have a woman that can't cook? See? And we got enough children in foster care. They have made it very easy now. If you ain't had no child by now, go get you one of them. They got them from birth all the way up to 18.
Yes.
See, we're not willing to make that sacrifice.
Yes.
Because we don't want anything to take up our time from doing our hair and getting our nails done. See, But there are children out here that do need us. The women that came over on the ship had more courage than we have, because we don't have the courage to do something different from everybody else. They had the courage. Rather than bring their babies over here to this devil, they throw them overboard. They killed themselves. Whatever it took to avoid the enemy and the evil he was teaching and putting on us. Mm-hmm. We don't have that kind of courage. We don't have that kind of belief in the value of Black people. Mm-hmm. Because if we did, we would make those changes. God don't need no money. That giving the money and tithing at the churches and all that foolishness. Take that money and do something for self. Adopt a child from a distance. You don't have to keep that child at home. Go see them every other weekend. It'll bring something in their life and maybe keep them from growing up and being a killer. We have that power. We have that power. Okay? Mm-hmm. And I can tell that I might be getting near the end of what I got to say, King Simon, because I feel like I'm a little bit more fierce, don't you?
Yes. Yeah,
you know,
you are.
Because it's just I've been watching the same thing so long,
over
and
again.
The tiny changes we can make.
Yeah.
The tiny changes we could make that could improve our community. We refuse to make them because we don't want to be different. We want to be like everybody else. We practice unity with the wrong ideas.
Yes. And what's so funny, Sister Shahrazad, what you just said about fierce, because Dr. Africa, he used to be out there, may he rest in peace, used to say, he says what he means and mean what he says, because he's seen it over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, we ain't made no progress. No progress.
He said it might take 5,000 to 1,000 years to get us back on track. That's exactly what he said.
As I said, we have 400 or 500 years of this. It may take 400 or 500 to get us out of it.
Exactly.
And then some of us are not going to get out of it. Don't forget that. Yes, everybody's not going to survive this hell.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, now, Sister Shahrazad, take us back just briefly. I know we pressed for time. I don't want to keep you too long, but I know
we sure are pressed for time. Go ahead.
I'm in love with my sister and my mama. Take us back, because I think the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and that MGT and PCC class, that General Civilization class and the Muslim Girl Training class was so important. How can it be moved, not moved from the mosque, but how can they implement it on the streets for our women?
First of all,
yes, ma'am.
The mosque and the temple, none of that do not own the teachings of God.
There it is.
Okay?
There it is.
They are for all of us. He didn't just come to get the people that was over in the Nation of Islam. Right. The earth belongs to Allah, and if you on the earth, you in the Nation of Islam, whether you know it or not. Okay? So you don't have to be over there to get the truth. Okay? Melchizedek got a whole bunch of books on the teaching of our Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. They've taken his title from him because other people trying to pretend that they're the messenger. But he is the last and greatest messenger of Allah. Now, there are people who, like I said, the enemy have lied to us about the color of Jesus. The Bible, 1,200 pages of mostly foolishness, written by 340 authors who didn't even know each other. It's a lot of foolishness out there they have put on us. They lied about all of that. Okay? We would rather believe that the white man is God than the black man is God, because we hate ourselves so bad and we believe God is so great that he couldn't be no black man. That's out of the question. All right? This is how we've been just tricked up. But that class that I'm talking about, you can teach an MGT class anywhere. You can bring the sisters together in your neighborhood. Get 5 or 6 of them, bring them in the house and teach them how to bake a cake. Teach them how to fix brownies. Teach them how to make cookies. And then expand that into how to make a balanced meal. You don't have to be in no organization. You can just do this with a few people you choose.
That's right.
You ain't got to go nowhere and be with no group of people. You ain't got to wear no certain costume.
That's right.
None of that's required. Don't nobody own the teachings of God. That was for all of us. And any part of it you take will improve your life.
That's true.
And everybody we've had since the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came out in 33 and started teaching on his own. That's Jesse. That's what his name? Sharpton. That's the Panthers. I don't care who it is. Everybody took something from him to build their organization. And every part they took made them successful.
I mean, back in your day, you seen the Muslim restaurants, you seen the hospitals, you seen the schools.
Oh yeah, we had everything.
All of
the
that.
Steak and cake. We had our own place to go and get your fast food, your sandwiches, your pies. Now, why they ain't doing that today? Negroes still eating steak and cake, worm burgers, rats. They eating everything from the Chinese, but we don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not doing anything that would help benefit us. And the other reason, sister, is because of envy and jealousy. As sisters, we're jealous of each other because we want to fight on whatever men we can salvage. As brothers, they're jealous of each other because they don't want one to make more money than them. As I said, everybody not going to go in business, but we could support the few businesses we got. But most of us won't do that. We accept anything from the enemy. Whatever he serves, we'll accept it and take it. No matter how they treat us, we'll keep going back. But if you're black, we're full of complaints, we're full of excuses and everything.
Yes.
It's a brother selling toilet paper. It's called Freedom Toilet Paper.
Yes,
I said for years that we should be making toilet paper and hot sauce. Them two things we know we're going to use, okay?
That's right.
And sometimes he can't hardly give it away.
That's true.
Black people want the white people stuff. They want Sherman. They don't even know who Mr. Sherman is. But I can tell you this, he hates them. He hates us.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
I know that much about him. Okay? But I'm saying there are small things we can do. I used to ask the people when I was really on the road a lot, I would say, listen, one day a week, go shop at a black place.
Yes.
No, they have tried to make us ashamed to be vendors on the street. That's how everybody else started. You can make a lot of money on the street. That's where the people are.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're ashamed of that. We think that ain't nothing. We look down on it. We are the most backwards, convoluted group that has ever been on the earth. This is what the black man in America represents. See, God knows everything. The only thing that God didn't know is what it would be like not to know. And the black man is an example of what it's like not to know. That's who we are. That's who we are.
Yes. Yes. Well,
after the truth and the knowledge come to us, then we should do better in something. We should do better in a little bit. We keep trying to self-medicate. The drugs ain't worked. No matter what drug we take, it ain't benefited us.
But Sister Shahrazad Ali, people like up the videos. Over 200, going down there, 300 people's watching us right now. Sister Shahrazad Ali is tearing the place up. I'm not going to keep her long, but if you have one more question for her, Sister Lioness Crown, so we can go and make my sister go ahead and get some relaxation, hang out with her granddaughter, and do it. I respect that. When I go back to Georgia, I got to go hang out with my grandchildren, so I know what it is. Go ahead, Sister.
Yes, ma'am. Again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you and your work. My final question is around separation. How important is separation in 2021? And I want your ideas and strategies, specifically in ways that we must and need to separate.
Okay. Now, see, the messenger said we have to understand the hidden meanings of symbols. Okay, I've been talking about separation the whole interview. Separate from the enemy. Separate from his ideas. Start there. You ain't going nowhere. We're not fit to go nowhere. We're not fit to go to no place else and separate into anything with the ignorance we practice in here. All we would do is go build another America. We're not ready to go nowhere and separate. Okay, the only separation we do is from each other. So we need to, whoever the one person is, I ain't talking about trying to get along with no group of people and be fake. I'm talking about just trying to do something in your own close-knit area. Maybe in your apartment building, maybe up the street, maybe down at the school. Get into PTA to find some children. We have to have a new people. And we can't make it's hard to make a new people out of old heads because we've been so contaminated with the enemy's ideas and his defense mechanisms that we have a reason and excuse to reject everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take whatever little bit of truth you got and go and do one thing. You ain't got to do a lot of things. Go and do one thing. And if you do that, we earn our blessings. If you do that, you will be blessed, you will feel good, and more importantly, sister, you will meet a man.
I don't have that problem, but yes, ma'am.
Give her a round of applause. Let's give Sister Shahrazad Ali.
Thank you so much.
My sister all the time. Oh man, I cannot not have Sister Shahrazad Ali on my show at all. And I would like, sister, I would like to connect her with you because she has a nice, beautiful platform on Fly Nubian Queen. I want you to go on her show one time, and I can link up, and I'll send her your email, and so you can contact her, Sister Lioness Brown, because she has a big platform.
Wait a minute, King Simon. So you trying to put me on point here on the air by telling me that you ain't working me like no Hebrew slave. I got a lot to do. I got interviews lined up all over the country. I ain't thinking about you.
I always want to promote you, sister. Stop playing.
I would starve to death. Keep talking with you. I gotta go. Okay.
You terrible. A lioness crown is how we are all the time. Don't mind us.
Listen, sister, you are a beautiful sister. I can feel your spirit. Yes. And of course, King Simon is a good brother. He got a few rough ends over there, but he's a good brother. And he means well. He's a wonderful man. He promotes us and put us together. He does a lot of good things. And I hope you have heard some of what I have said for yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? This ain't crowd talk. This is for yourself. And if you are able to do some of that, first of all, you'll have more purpose in life. Mm-hmm. All of us want to have a purpose in life. Okay? Most of us just don't know what the purpose is. Okay? But I've given you some options and some things to think about for yourself, not what nobody else thinks. Mm-hmm. You be brave, because you have to be brave. These ideas I have is for the big girls, honey. You have to be brave.
That's
okay?
Right.
And just be a woman. Stay in your lane. You ain't got to go try to be no man. You ain't got to criticize men. Mm-hmm. You show us how to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The message says, let me end with this. He said that we are the best, the wisest, and the most beautiful. Okay?
That's right.
That's me. Right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sister Shahrazad.
Yes, sir. I have enjoyed this. Yes, I really enjoyed it. And I thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you for inviting me. I always enjoy coming on.
Yes,
and I'll talk to you soon. Maybe like around Ramadan in December.
We're going to talk soon. I forget all that. You terrible. All right. Assalamu alaikum, sis. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Just give her another round of applause. Let's give her another round of applause. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Come on, y'all. Put them V1s up like Fly Nubian Queen say. That V1. They put that V1 up. Like Fly Nubian Queen.
Listen, I got my pen and my notepad. Let me tell you how many times I'm about to go back through this broadcast, though, and capture those jewels and really internalize them. That was a really great blessing. No. I appreciate you for hosting this and inviting me on the platform and affording me the opportunity to dialogue with Mama Shahrazad Ali.
Yes.
And it's so much work, internal that has to happen. And I just finished teaching, my class. And
tell me about your class. Tell me about your class, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing a course called Unapologetic Black Power. Unapologetic Black Power. What does it mean? What is Black empowerment, right? Who are we? First of all, what is power, right? Who is our enemy? What does it look like? What are the manifestations of power? What is justice? How are we defining those things? And the learning is experiential. Mm-hmm. I'm introducing our people to many of the foundational scholars within Black empowerment and Black studies that we all need to know. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, works of Dr. John Henry Clark, the works of Mr. Neely Fuller, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Marin Bayani, Dr. Amos Wilson, Blueprint for Black Power. We're going through a lot of these different texts, and we're talking about empowering ourselves and practicing self-determination. And so each week I give a mantra, and the mantra for week 2 was, there is nothing to change but myself. There is nothing to change but myself. And I just went through ended the course content for this week, and I came into this, into this particular conversation, and it's all connected in their synchronicity, because Mama Shahrazad Ali's message to me and to us is, there's, start with self. With self. So I really, really did appreciate that. But folks can go over to flynubianpower.com to sign up for the course. Flynubianpower.com. Yes.
Let me write that down. Fly Nubian Power. All right, power.com, right?
Yes.
Let me make sure we got it. .com. And let me put it up. Yeah, let me put it up on my flynubianpower.com. That's it? Fly Nubian Power. Yeah, we put it up.
Power.com. That's where the course is. My podcast is weekly, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Fly Nubian Queen's YouTube channel. And then my YouTube channel, of course, is Lioness Crowned. But yes, a lot of work to do when we talk about empowerment as well. We have to also talk about the powers of our subconscious mind and the powers of our mind to create, the reality that we get to create, and to be really grounded and well-rounded and holistic, and to really take that approach. So folks can come on over and definitely support.
Oh, no, I'm very, very proud of your work, sister. Got to give you always a round of applause for even coming on and being a part of this journey that I'm on here on this channel. And thank you for inviting me onto your channel. That was fun, too. I enjoyed it. I watched it over and over.
Yeah.
I'm always studying. I'm always studying myself. I'm always studying. I bring books with me. I bring like over 30 books during my travels just to read and study and sharpen my tools and my sword while I'm training, whatever I'm doing out here. I train, I work out, and I try to keep myself healthy and I think sisters, we, all of us as brothers and sisters, we do a disservice to each other when we don't support each other and send some love. So if y'all can send some love to our sister J Harrell, her cash app is $J Harrell. Show us some love. Hit her up. Get on that Fly Nubian Power. Show that love by going on that Fly Nubian Power for that Black History course she got, and she got an extensive history in her own right. She has extensive history. All of us have extensive. Some of us just need to tap in and really work it out and find out more about it. And that's how I'm able to stay on float, because my ancestors come to me in my dreams and tell me all kind of stuff, and certain things you can't say and certain things you can say, so, you just got to keep on moving. But I thank you once again for coming on the show as a guest co-host. My regular co-host couldn't make it. I know she had to take care of some family business, but once again, I want to give you a well-deserved round of applause for coming on, being here with me. All right. And you make sure you enjoy the rest of your evening. Anything you want to say to the audience one more time before you leave? Anything?
I want to say thank you all for tuning in, your engagement. I saw, your comments and engagement. If y'all about to do what I'm about to do, I'm about to go when this broadcast ends, rewind it. I got my pen and pad ready, to take notes and to be really introspective. And shout out to y'all, more power to y'all. It feels good to be in community with folks who are, committed to shifting paradigms that no longer serve us. And so again, Brother King Simon, I appreciate you for creating space for this conversation to happen, and for also always bringing that good energy, like for bringing that Aquarian energy into the space. So
it's the age, beautiful. And I tell people, all of us have saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers in us. Right now, I'm in my healing stage, healing and being a healer to help people. I did all when I was in the nation and the Ansar, fighting, training, fighting drug dealers. I did all of that. A lot of that stuff I've been doing, and now I'm healing and really trying to make sure everybody come to me through Numerovation and heal through the numbers, so you can be better in whatever organization or whatever religious background you have. It's not here to take you away from your God or whatever you preach. It's here to make you better and enhance you, to take you to the next level, and to at least recognize some of the healing that you need to do. And that's what I'm here to do for my family out there. So that's why I'm here until I pass on, because I'm going to transition one day, like every one of us. So let's make sure you put in your work and receive those accolades that people give you, because if you're doing the work, people are going to recognize you. Haters and the ones that support you. That's how it is. Haters, I say haters make me greater. That's it to me. Haters make me greater. That's how I flipped it. Nobody can hate on me without me saying, you know what? Thank you for that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that, because if nobody throws stones at you, you won't be able to get out the ditch. You need those stones to be thrown at you like that donkey in the ditch until you're able to just jump out of that ditch. So haters make me greater, as well as supporters make me better and feel better. So I love you, sisters. Lioness Crown, love you for your energy. Love you for your vibe. Love you for the Aries energy that you give. And please have a great evening. And Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, peace. All of that to you. All right.
Thank you. Peace.
All right. Thank you, sis. All right. Peace. That was her, Sister Lioness Crown, media personality from flynubianqueen.com. Also the YouTube channel, YouTube network they got. Also, make sure you link Lioness Crown through IG, Twitter, Clubhouse, and YouTube at Lioness Crown. And remember, show her that love and Cash App, $ J Harrell. And of course, let's get back to Sister Shahrazad Ali. Whoa, baby, you know what it is. This is Sister Shahrazad. You want those books? Let me show you her books. If you ain't got them, go get them. This is one of her books right here. Boom. Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Make sure you get that book. It is on her eBay and Amazon. She go through. Remember, she said she goes through eBay because they don't take all her money. So if y'all gonna go through eBay, go get the book through eBay. Go get this one, The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding Black Man. And go get this one. This is another one. This is a hot one. She sent me this last year. Urban Survival for Years to Come. And these two books are also on fire. Are You Still a Slave? And How Not to Eat Pork for Life Without the Pig. Man. So make sure you support Sister Shahrazad Ali. Of course, let me promote what we got coming up. Don't forget this coming week, this coming Sunday, I have comedian and actress Mugga Phoenix coming in on March the 7th. On March the 14th, we have hypnotherapists. Yes, Black folks are in hypnotherapy, and this one has been in it for 24, going on 25 years. Kendall Cobb from out of the Bronx, and she's doing her work in Canada right now and throughout social media. She's doing her work. Also, I'm setting up a panel of empresses. So I'm looking at what empresses I'm going to bring on. I just need 4, probably 6 of them to come in and do that. I need one that's going to moderate and keep it moving and all that good stuff. So I'm going to see if I'm going to do it. If I don't, I might be traveling. That's why I might not do it on March the 10th. Also, we have physicist and Audronite creator, the one, the only Audrey Rumbers will be here March the 17th. Acupuncturist and educator, Dr. MJ, on March the 21st. And spiritual teacher and tantric healer, Sister A Genesis, on March the 24th. And March the 28th is on the bottom. All of this is on the bottom. Is a special invited celebrity doctor, is a male, but he always emphasizes on women and children being entrepreneurs. So we're going to have him. I will mention his name as, and I already mentioned on Fly Nubian Queens podcast, but I'm going to mention his name as soon as we confirm all the times and date. But to close out the month of Women's History Month, we have naturopath and teacher, Dr. Nalani Valentine, on March the 31st. That's Dr. Phil Valentine's wife. He might pop in. Knowing Phil, he might pop in. So Dr. Nalani Valentine will be here on March the 31st to knock it out the box. And in the month of April, I got Ra Aku. Woohoo! You know, when me and Ra Aku get together, I got in the month of April, I already confirmed. Where's my calendar? It's back there somewhere. In the month of April, I already confirmed Ra Aku, the Cosmo physician, coming in live with your brother King Simon. So you know it's going to be some mathematical bombs thrown everywhere, from astrology, numerology. We're going to throw it all out there. We're going to have a good time. And he's a big supporter of mine. Big up to Raku. And y'all know I shout out Raku. I shout out Aquarius Maximus. I have had Aquarius Maximus on this show before. And I'm working on some people. I'm working on some new people that y'all don't see often. And of course, new sisters. Y'all see what I'm coming with, new sisters that y'all don't see often. Hypnotherapy and physicists and those type of people, tantric healers that you don't see often. Trying to bring that thing up because it's all about supporting the balance of man and woman. So I try to, bring that. I know Phil Valentine is coming back on, but I want to bring on somebody that y'all don't even see that much. And that's Phil Valentine's son. Amen. I gotta bring him on because he got some big projects coming in. So I want to, you gotta give some light to the children also. And remember, family, make sure you support my little daughter's cups and her merch. She's the one that drew that picture, that art picture. She did it on paint canvas. I am great. We just came together and added a little extra to it. But that canvas picture, you can actually get that on as a photo too, as she's doing her thing. And you can actually go to Teesprings to support my little baby girl. She's my youngest daughter, and her name is Yasira, and it's called Yasira Pink Arts. That's right, Yasira Pink Art. And that's of teesprings.com/Yasira's Pink Art exclusive. Make sure you support my young daughters and her stuff. And, although it's coming through my Teesprings, whatever comes as far as sales for her, I'm sending it straight to her for her school and whatever she needs that will help her out. That's my beautiful daughter all the time. One day I'll put her on here and do an interview with my young children because they starting business already. My son, my youngest son, he's actually starting a phone company. He actually fixing right now. He's fixing iPhones, so he's gonna be fixing Androids and all these other stuff. And I'm trying to get him into coding next. So we doing all that. And my other son, it's the real estate. He doing real estate. My son playing music. He has his songs and his music. Big up to that son. That son, Prince Imagine. Of course, Shia has his Airbnbs throughout Atlanta, and we're about to establish some in Florida. So if you do want an Airbnb while you're going to Atlanta, Georgia, you can call me, contact me, and I'll send you the link to my son's Airbnb contact online, and you can actually book a nice. He got like some great plush Airbnbs in Atlanta for reasonable prices. If you want to stay long term or short term, my son Shia Enoch, he's doing it. And Prince Imagine, he's doing beats and music and all that kind of stuff, and has his own recording studio, traveling recording studio. So big up to him. Don't forget, get my books. Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. And of course, this one here, no promotion is bad for my. I notice a lot of people ain't buying this book enough, but this is a motivational book on how to promote from lower level to higher level. My life and promotion from doing reggae, doing R&B, doing soca, doing of course conscious music, conscious promotion, and all that kind of stuff. This book is a must-have. So I'm going to order at least a good 20 copies and see if I can sell it or knock it out so y'all can get it, because maybe it's not going through well. I don't know if the link is still up, but I know the link takes you straight there. So make sure you get that book. So, and remember all those other books, most of those books, 3 books that I have, my 3 last books. Every time you support me, you support Dr. Africa, Dr. Layla Africa's legacy when you buy those 3 books. This book, and this book. When you buy those books, those 3 books, you're supporting Dr. Layla Africa. When you buy, and of course, my legacy also, when you buy these books, all of them, you support my legacy and my children and all that good stuff. And your mental stability, you know what I'm saying? Your mindset. My partner in Vive couldn't make it, but make sure you DM her and hit up on @1million_adornment. And she got some great earrings, some great stuff you could wear, women, or presents that you could buy, brothers, for your wife or your girlfriend, birthday presents, anniversary presents. Make sure you contact 1 Million Adornments. If you got real estate issues or you want to learn how to get your own real estate, you can go to this salesperson and consultant at 347-866-1153. She's saying she's been hearing from y'all, so that's good. She's been hearing from y'all. She also got places that you can go in the Caribbean, also throughout the tri-state of New York or whatever. But at least if you're buying property, she can show you what to do and what you need to do to get yourself straight. Make sure you text at 347-866-1153. Her name is Janelle Lewis. Also, Lloyd Strayhorn. I spoke to him today. He was actually with Sister Annette Thomas. He was actually hanging out with Annette Thomas. That's Mama Pill, Red Pill and Blue Pill's moms, and KT the Arch Degrees mom. Lloyd Strayhorn. She went to Lloyd Strayhorn for a reading, a numerology session. So big up to Lloyd. Make sure you go take his class at www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. Also, if you want to take my class, sign up. You must at least email me so I can put you on the list. I won't be teaching the class until I'm in front of my chalkboard and all of that stuff. So, of course, if you want to find out more about the class, please email me at thenumerovator@gmail.com. Thenumerovator@gmail.com. Also, this is a beautiful sister. She has pedalwise.com. Make sure you contact sisters, brothers. If you have sisters suffering from fibroids, all of a sudden their belly is starting to grow out and protrude and all that because of fibroids, or having breast issues or throat issues or lung issues, this sister right here at pedalwise.com can help you. And right now you can use my coupon code right now. That's new. It's a new 10% off coupon code King2021 at www.pedalwise.com to place your order and hashtag pedalwise. So make sure you support our sisters of Black owned operated. She not only uses African herbs, she uses Chinese herbs, and she's an acupuncturist. And I'll be having her on this show on the 21st. She'll be on the 21st of this month. She'll be here with me. And of course, family, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you live outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. If you live outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. Let me say it one more time for the person in the back of the damn earth. If you live outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. But if you live in the United States, just basically text me. Don't text me through WhatsApp if you live. And if you want to advertise on my show, like it says on the bottom, contact me. I got reasonable rates for the whole month because I do at least a show every Wednesday and every Sunday to promote your business, promote your product, promote your brand, promote who you are, promote what it is. And I might even set up an interview for you. Also, last but not least, content disclaimer, family. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. I got to watch my back all the time. That's what I like about Fly Nubian Queen. She always makes sure, and I have that already in the description too. Same thing that she has, I have in the description also. But you got to make sure you cover, because I'm radio trained. I trained under Dr. Brother Bob Law. I've been studying people like Frankie Crocker. I was on WWRL, so I know certain things and certain things you got to say. You got to be very careful, and you got to watch your back in these forums. So we're going to close out with prayer. Probably we're going to get out of here. Everybody, come on, let's pray with me. This prayer was said by Dr. Blair. And if you want to support Dr. Blair's continual legacy, please go to his website, his official website. This is Dr. Blair's official website. You see it right here, themetacenter2.com. Themetacenter2.com. Our late great Baba and metaphysics teacher, the metacenter2.com. Magnets they have diodes, they have all the stuff to help you with the frequencies and the energies around you, and for books and ELF protectors, products, and much more. Please support Dr. Blair, and Tony will handle you and take care of your business if you want. He sent my books always on time, so it usually come like within 8 days. So big up to Tony. Thank you, Tony, for always supporting and showing love. So let's close out with some prayer. Are y'all ready for prayer, family? Are y'all ready for prayer? This is Dr. Blair's prayer. Are y'all ready for prayer? Come on, I'm giving y'all a little chance. Get ready. Get ready for prayer, y'all. Get ready for prayer. All right, you ready? Everybody say it with me. Jolly 2, 1, 2, 3. Please, universal creator, Know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please, 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 please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind and my spirit and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for this. Thank you for this prayer. Thank you, Dr. Blair. People are trying to call me already. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for this prayer. And I'm going to say thank y'all very much, family. Thank you for the love. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for showing me love. And thank you for being a part of the legacy and my thing. And I'm going to leave you with this last commercial. And of course, it's my commercial getting on out of here. Y'all have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Love y'all. Stay focused and stay out of trouble. Peace.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.